Since President Donald Trump returned to the White House, rolling back diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives has been at the top of his agenda. He's issued executive orders that target DEI programs, dismantling decades of federal anti-discrimination policy. For Black History Month, John Yang explores the origins of DEI in America in our latest installment of Hidden Histories.
Long before DEI became a household term, there were other efforts to move toward equal rights for Americans. Some of the earliest were in the late 1800s during the post-Civil War Reconstruction era. As Southern states enacted Jim Crow laws making segregation in public spaces legal, Congress established the Freedmen's Bureau. It provided formerly enslaved people basic necessities, helped them look for jobs and acquire land of their own. In 1866, President Andrew Johnson vetoed legislation to enforce those amendments, arguing that it discriminated against white people. And pressure from white Southerners led to the closure of the Freedmen's Bureau just 7 years after it had been established. Nearly a century later, Black Americans were still battling racism and discrimination. Led by icons like the Reverend Martin Luther King Jr., they united during the Civil Rights Movement, pushing back against the systems that excluded them. At the height of the movement, John F. Kennedy became the first president to call for affirmative action, using the term in an executive order targeting racial bias in the hiring practices of government contractors. In 1964, President Lyndon Johnson signed the landmark Civil Rights Act, which banned employment discrimination based on race, color, religion, sex, and national origin. By the 1990s, a backlash had emerged over affirmative action. Voters in California, Washington State, Michigan, and Arizona banned its use in public employment and higher education admissions. Then, May 25, 2020, George Floyd was killed by Minneapolis police, igniting months of protest across the nation and around the world. Racial justice was back in the nation's collective conscience, this time with support from large corporations. Many of them created DEI committees and pledged to invest billions of dollars to promote racial equity. But companies began ending these initiatives after the Supreme Court in 2023 banned affirmative action in college admissions. Last month, Target joined the growing list of companies pulling back on their DEI commitments. At the same time, though, employers like Costco and Delta Airlines are doubling down on theirs. Today, DEI has become a political lightning rod, but its roots run deep in American history, and the quest for equity and justice goes on.